Have you ever witnessed a moment where an animal seemed to reach out for help? From saving cat to stranded sharks, these heartwarming encounters challenge our understanding of the animal kingdom. But before we start the video, I request you to subscribe to our channel and appreciate our efforts to gain something from this channel now. Viewers, let's start the video. A cat fell into the water, looking around helplessly and scared of drowning. A man noticed her distress and quickly tied a box to a rope, dropping it near the cat. The cat leaped into the box, and the man carefully pulled it to safety. Once out of the water, the cat quickly ran away, relieved and grateful to be saved. A firefighter rushes into a burning house and spots a kitten lying unconscious on the floor. He quickly scoops up the small animal, shielding it as he runs outside to safety. Once outside, he carefully administers first aid, gently reviving the kitten. After a tense moment, the kitten begins to stir, opening its eyes. The firefighter smiles with relief as the kitten meows softly, looking up at him with a grateful expression. A dedicated doctor sees an elephant struggling after losing her leg. Determined to help, he designs and creates a custom artificial leg specifically for her. Carefully, he fits the prosthesis onto the elephant, guiding her as she takes her first steps. At first, she hesitates, but soon, with the doctor's encouragement, she begins to walk confidently. The scene ends with the elephant moving gracefully, a new sense of freedom in her stride, thanks to the doctor's life-changing invention. A man notices an unconscious monkey lying on the ground and rushes over to help. With determination, he begins to press on the monkey's chest, giving it CPR. After several attempts, he continues with hope, not giving up.
Oh, come on, man.
Suddenly, the monkey stirs, blinking its eyes open. Relief floods the man's face as the monkey takes a breath and slowly sits up, regaining its senses. A baby shark gets trapped in the rocks, struggling to free itself and separated from its family. A group of people spots the distressed shark and quickly splashes water on it to keep it moist and calm. Realizing it needs more help, they gently lift the shark onto a surfboard. Carefully, they carry the board to the water and guide the shark back into the sea. As the baby shark swims off, it reunites safely with its family, and the group watches with smiles, relieved to see it return home. A huge snake coils tightly around a deer, attempting to constrict it. As fate would have it, a man passing by spots the alarming scene and immediately rushes over to help. With quick thinking, he pries the snake's grip loose, freeing the struggling deer. Realizing it has lost its hold, the snake quickly retreats into the brush. The deer stands up, shaken but unharmed, and runs away. Thanks to his bravery, the deer's life is saved, allowing it to bound away to safety. A dog accidentally falls into a canal, struggling to stay afloat as panic sets in. A group of people nearby quickly rushes to help, forming a chain of support. One man bravely hangs over the edge, while others hold him back for safety. With determination, he reaches down and grabs the dog, carefully dragging it upward. After a tense moment, the dog is pulled to safety, shaking off the water and looking relieved. The group cheers, celebrating the rescue and the dog's second chance at life. A group of people spots a female loggerhead turtle struggling with a net stuck in her throat, making it hard for her to breathe and eat. Without hesitation, they rush to her aid, carefully working together to remove the tangled net. After some effort, they finally succeed in freeing the turtle from her painful trap. With relief and gentle hands, they guide her back into the water. The turtle swims away gracefully, now able to live happily and normally once again. A baby deer, in search of food, becomes stuck in the mud, struggling to break free. A man operating an excavator notices the trapped animal and immediately takes action. With precise skill, he carefully maneuvers the hydraulic arm, gently lifting the frightened deer out of the mud. Though scared, the deer stays calm as it's raised to safety. Once on solid ground, the man releases the deer, watching as it regains its footing and runs back into the wild. This heartwarming rescue highlights the powerful bond between humans and nature, reminding us of the compassion that connects us all. A bear finds itself in a dangerous situation after accidentally falling into a hydropower station. Struggling to escape, the bear seems trapped and exhausted. A quick-thinking operator nearby spots the bear's distress and decides to help using an excavator. With precision and care, the operator maneuvers the machine's bucket, lowering it down to where the bear is stranded. The bear cautiously climbs into the bucket. Once free, the bear quickly makes its way back to safety, its life saved by a resourceful act of human kindness. A deer got stuck in a fence, with its head on one side and its bottom on the other, struggling to break free. A man decided to help. He first tried using a pool cleaning pole and then a folding chair, but neither worked, but was told the best option would be to put down the deer. He started pulling the fence planks apart. Finally, he managed to push the deer through to freedom, showing true dedication and compassion. A truck driver spots a camel sitting under the scorching sun in the middle of the desert, clearly suffering from the heat. He stops his truck and walks over to the camel, offering it water from his bottle. The thirsty camel eagerly drinks, finding relief in the driver's kind gesture. Once the camel has had its fill, the driver pats the animal gently and heads back to his truck. This simple act of kindness stands as a touching moment of compassion in the vast desert. Amidst a flood, a frightened cat clings desperately to a car door, trying to stay above the rising water. A police officer spots the scared animal and quickly springs into action. Carefully approaching the cat, the officer manages to scoop it up despite its fear. He gently carries the cat to safety, placing it securely in a rescue boat. The officer's swift action turns a moment of fear into one of relief for the cat. While walking along a hot road, a man spots an unconscious hedgehog lying helplessly in the heat. Concerned for the tiny creature, he carefully picks it up and cradles it in his hands. Recognizing its need for hydration, he offers the hedgehog some water to drink. After a little while, the hedgehog begins to revive, slowly regaining consciousness. The man watches with relief as the hedgehog stirs, grateful for his quick action that saved it from a dire fate. 6 dogs were trapped in a cage, standing on their hind legs to avoid drowning as floodwaters rose rapidly. They whimpered and howled for help, desperate to escape. A man waded through knee-deep water to reach them, open the cage, and set them free. The dogs then waded through the deep water, finally reached at a safe place. Due to the man's effort, they were able to live freely and safely. A calf was swept away in a choppy river, struggling as people watched from the shore. Seeing the danger, a brave man risked his life to rescue the calf, moving toward the river's edge. Another man quickly joined in to help, and together, they managed to save the calf's life, pulling it safely from the water. A dog got stuck in the elevator, hanging by its leash on the door. A man nearby was waiting for the elevator, distracted by his phone. Suddenly, he looked up and noticed the dog's distress. He immediately rushed to free the dog, gently holding it in his arms. As he waited for the elevator to open, he prepared to safely hand the dog over to its owner. A baby deer fell into a swimming pool, struggling to stay afloat. A man noticed the situation and quickly rushed over to save it. He carefully pulled the deer out of the water and held it in his arms. Once the deer was safe, he gently released it back onto solid ground. The grateful baby deer turned and walked away, returning to the safety of the nearby fields. A hawk got its beak stuck in the front of a car, struggling to free itself. A man noticed the distressed bird and decided to help. They tried various tricks to release the hawk, and after some effort, he succeeded in freeing it. Although the hawk was initially afraid to fly, the man encouraged it and helped it gain its confidence. Finally, with a powerful flap of its wings, the hawk soared into the sky and flew away, free at last. A man provided water to a thirsty squirrel on the verge of collapse, gently offering it from a bottle while patting its back. As the squirrel slowly drank, it began to regain consciousness. Feeling revitalized, it jumped onto the man's hand, where he continued to give her water. Safe in his arms, she felt secure, thankful for the man who had saved her life. A turtle found himself in an uncomfortable situation, feeling something irritating on his back. Seeking help, he approached a nearby diver. The diver carefully examined the turtle and removed the object causing the irritation. After tossing it away, the turtle felt relieved and grateful. With a swift motion, he swam back into the water, free from discomfort. A stray dog was wandering around an industrial site when it suddenly fell into a vat of molten rubber, getting stuck with only its mouth above the surface. Nearby workers heard the dog's desperate cries and rushed to help. After 2 hours of struggle and teamwork, they finally managed to pull the dog out of the dangerous mixture. Exhausted but alive, the grateful dog was saved thanks to the workers' dedication and effort. Two locals were driving in Kazakhstan, where the temperature had plunged to -58 degrees, when they spotted a deer in distress. The deer stood with its head down, its muzzle frozen in ice, unable to move. They stopped to help, carefully removing the ice from the deer's face. Though frightened, the deer tried to run. Once they succeeded, they released the deer, which ran away to safety, its life saved by their kindness. An injured pigeon was drowning in the water when a man risked his life to rescue it. He hung himself from a rope while the rest of the group held it tightly. As he reached the pigeon, he carefully took it into his hand. The group then began pulling the man and the pigeon upward with great effort. After a while, they succeeded in bringing both to safety, saving the pigeon's life. A 20-foot whale shark was tangled in heavy-duty fishing line for a week, struggling to break free. A diver spotted the distressed shark and bravely approached to help. With a knife in hand, he worked tirelessly for an hour, carefully cutting through the thick rope. Finally, he succeeded in freeing the whale shark, allowing it to swim away, safe and unburdened once more. As we've seen, the bond between humans and animals can lead to extraordinary moments of connection and compassion. These stories remind us that we share our world with creatures who may not speak our language, but still reach out for help in their own unique ways. If you enjoyed these heartwarming tales and want to see more content that celebrates the incredible relationships we have with animals, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Together, let's continue to explore the wonders of the animal kingdom.